Welcome everyone, I'm Jim Perry, member of LaCumbre Country Club and chairman of the Green Committee in this year to 2012. With me today is Coach Jerry Pym. Jerry and I are good friends, also two JPs.
That's right.
And we both care a lot about this golf course and how it's maintained. And today we'd like to talk to you a little bit about how everybody, when they play the course, can improve the condition of the course we play by doing 5 or 6 little things each day when they're on the course. And Jerry's going to help me. Coach, you excited about it?
I am. This is going to be fun, and Wayne Mills is going to join us, and we're going to try to help the members understand how we can maintain our golf course. And I've been a member here for 30 years now, since '83, and probably played thousands of rounds of golf here. And I think there's a way that all of us can help maintain our golf course, and I'm looking forward to this little instructional video.
Thanks, Coach. We look forward to helping you out as you enjoy LaCumbre.
Wayne, this is Monday morning after Sunday play, and this is just not acceptable in my opinion, and I think we should maybe instruct as to how we can take care of our tees.
Sure, yeah, we had soft conditions because of the rain, and so the divots are pretty big, after this weekend's play, but yeah, we can show everybody how to fill these in and do it proper to maintain the tee. Show everybody how to fix these divots up on top of the tees, how we'd like to see it repaired after you leave the tee surface if you've taken a divot. All the tees have their receptacles we talked about. Go ahead, there's a scoop in there. Add the soil seed combo to the divot. And don't add too much, just level it out with the surface. And please don't leave it too mounded, because when the mower passes by, it smears that on the surface and leaves it messy and kind of chokes out the turf next to it. So this is really, all we'd really like to see from you when you leave the tee is, this type of a repair on that. Would be great. Thank you.
Picking up the tees is a simple process. Obviously, you just lean down and get them in your hand and take them from the tee area over to the receptacle near the cart path.
These are the spots to deposit the broken tees. They're on the cart path side of all the tees.
Wayne, Jim and I have just hit a couple of shots into hole number 4, and we've got a couple of divots here. Mine isn't as neat as Jim's, but sometimes the grass comes out and sometimes it doesn't. But if there's a good chunk, what should we do with these divots?
Yeah, typically there's 2 scenarios. One where if it comes out, it gets broken up into many pieces. Just leave that debris. But if you actually have, a nice piece of basically sod, this could go ahead and be picked up and placed back into the surface with the soil mix, to help keep it level and so we don't have a deep depression there. So this, you just basically place it down, step on it first, apply a little bit of the soil. Once again, like the tees, use your foot, flatten it out. That's a good repair there. If you have this small one and the turf is broken up into many pieces, just go ahead, add the soil mixture there, tap it down with your foot, and then at least that leaves a live surface in case the ball lands on it. It's sitting on a live surface on there.
And I'm very consistent off the tees, so I would probably put another ball right where that divot is.
Right on it, yeah. Good. All right, so this is one of the situations in the fairways and how to repair those damages in the fairway.
Well, this is a familiar part of the game for me because my accuracy, I'm usually in bunkers. So I try to enter the bunker where there's a rake and from a low area where I'm not going to make a big, deep impression. And I try to get out there and survey the shot, look and see what I have to do, and then try to hit the shot, obviously, on the green, if I can. And there, I've done it. Not a great execution, but I've done it. Now getting out of the bunker, and then getting back to the rake, taking your club out of there, picking the rake up, and where the ball entered, it always makes a mark. Don't forget to get that mark. And then I think, Wayne, my practice has always been smooth it out and then push away, and get the sand to fill in the rake marks, pushing away from you.
Yeah, it seems like you have a little more rake control going away because it naturally lifts up instead of pulling it towards you. It tends to chunk it and just kind of roll the sand over into like waves or mounds back towards your body.
And that is a good way. Then I've watched the professional caddies on the tour. They always push it away and smooth it out so that the next guy has a chance when he gets into the bunker. And then I exit the bunker. I guess this is a good practice, right where you entered it, so that you can clean it up and try to not step on the smooth areas. We want those areas to be hard and let the ball come down into the lower areas where we can play shots not from quite as steep of angle. So I think we can get a nice surface for the next guy if we go away from us instead of towards us. And when you come out of it, leave the rake back where it was, upside down. And then don't forget, something that most of you see on the tour, get the sand out of your shoes before you enter the green.
I'd give that a passing grade. All right, the one thing we didn't touch base with Coach Pim on was repairing the smooth areas on these bunkers in this Melbourne style. So we'll show you how the repairs, it seems like to me, work the best. Another thing on this is never expect these repairs to make it look original. We're just trying to get it back as close as possible because of the time of day and the tools the men use. It's always going to look a little bit different. But what we found on these smooth areas, if you take the rake head, the back part of it, and lightly drag it across that, and then just tap it in a little bit, and then smooth it back across. And then that leaves a pretty good repair on that. This bunker was raked about 3 hours ago, and we've made this repair so it's a little bit drier, but that's a good repair, and the ball should act pretty much the same as it would in the morning time. So, all right, once again, that's what we'd like to see here on these smooth areas, if you could help us here. Thank you.
Wayne, sometimes when I come up to greens, I fix other ball marks, and there's sometimes a lot and sometimes not so many. But anyway, I've seen people try to fix a ball mark in a hurry, and the technique they use is like this. They come to the ball mark and then they rip it up, or rip it up, or rip it up, and they ruin the ground around it. I know there's a proper way to do this. Maybe you can show us exactly how you want us to fix the ball marks on the greens.
Yeah, typically it usually seems like there's two types of ball marks. This type that's like a depression in the turf, where the turf is still intact. And then sometimes we'll see a ball mark where it really just tears the turf all the way out. This type of a ball mark here, where the turf's still intact, basically take the tool that everybody has and come in 1/4 inch from the perimeter of the ball mark, insert the tool towards the center of the ball mark, and just lift up a little bit above grade. Come in again at, say, 9 o'clock, do the same. Come in at 3 o'clock, do the same until it's a slightly raised surface, and then take your putter and then level out that surface, and then it leaves a pretty clean repair. If the turf gets torn out 100%, try taking your divot tool and inserting 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch from the edge of the ball mark, and then knead in and level it. And this type of mark in the morning, the maintenance staff will actually take a tool, spin it out, and then make a better repair than you could do with this type of tool here. So, but for 90% of the ball marks, this is what you encounter and how to repair that type of a ball mark. So once again, bring our tool about 1/4 inch behind it, just lift up, 1/4 inch at 9 o'clock, lift up, 1/4 inch at 3 o'clock, just lift up till it's slightly raised, and then just take the putter and you come up with a nice surface after that.
Oftentimes when we come on the greens, we have chipping clubs with us, and sometimes we throw them on the greens and make marks. Basically, I think the way to do it, at least the way I've done it, is you put the heads of the clubs down and then you drop them, and it won't make marks, and we won't have to clean up after each other with our chipping clubs.
3.
After holing out on the greens, to get the ball out of the cup, a lot of us will reach down in there with the putter and try to yank the ball out of there. Well, that's all and good, but it really ruins the sides of the cups. So if you have a notion to do that, you can purchase one of those suction cups and go down inside the cup cleanly and take the ball out if you don't want to lean down and get it. And that's perfectly acceptable.
Another putt you've made on me. Coach, you're unbelievable. Well, as usual, Coach, it was a lot of fun to be out here with you today. Thanks for helping the club and making it a better club for everybody. We appreciate it. And enjoy your next round of La Cumbra, everyone.
Thank you, Jim.
Okay. Good morning. Here we are at La Cumbre. We're going to go over the new method of raking the bunkers. We're trying a new process on raking the bunkers on the golf course, like a Melbourne style, Royal Melbourne in Australia, but it's really what it is smooth sides and a lightly stirred bottom, in the hope that more balls will release to the bottom of the bunker with lies that is enjoyed more by the membership here. So we're giving this a try, and if it works, we'll have to look at the cost factors and that of implementing it. Another thing is we got these new rakes for this. They're called the Acura rake, and that's so you can lightly disturb the bottom with this side of the rake, and then this is to do the smoothing on the outside edge. So all the members that go into the bunkers receive the same type of conditions as close as possible. Another thing is we've noticed when the sand's moist, if we remove every other one of the teeth, it seems like it rakes better. This does okay once it's dry, but we do have a lot of moist conditions with fog and irrigating during the growing months. So when you get in the bunkers, notice these rakes, try them out, and then see which one works the best. Then let me, via email, or the Greens Committee via email or conversation, know which one you think works better, so we can decide on which rake we would need to use for this program. All right, so I'm going to go over how we rake the bunkers, because it's different than the past, and hopefully so everybody gets the same conditions when they enter into the hazard. So here we go. All right, let's say you're in the bunker, your ball did release down to the bottom. You're going to get in there, hopefully you make a good shot, maybe you don't. But then what we want to do is get in there, lightly disturb this bottom, and then once you get to here, as you can see how the employee raked it, just take this head, you may have to lightly disturb it a little bit first, then take this head and roll it over, and then drag it through here, and try to smooth it so it's approximately the same condition it was when you entered the hazard. This is the fully toothed rake that did that, and then when you place the rake back in the hazard, you're going to want to do different than we did before, is roll the rake over, use the smooth part of the head, lay that there, and then set the rake how we do it with the handle on the edge of the hazard, and then the rake into it. Here's the rake with every other tooth removed. Once again, when you're in these bunkers, notice which rake you have. Boop. Go through there. I find a cross motion, back and forth, works easiest, instead of a steady rake. And then where you walked in, smooth it out. Once again, turn that head over and lay that down in the hazard. So once again, so notice how your balls play. The thought is that the ball rolls better, gets down farther into the bottom of the hazard. Then we're on this lightly disturbed surface, which is easy to get the club underneath the ball on there. Not all balls will be released down to the bottom, but I think a greater percentage than we have with the present system. So, all right, once again, let me or the Greens Committee know your thoughts on this, so we can decide if we're going to proceed with it. Thank you.